And I'm live. Hey, everybody. This is Dave Dominguez, and it's been 4 months since my last video. Um, People have been asking me since the last video, when am I going to make the next video? And I kept shrugging them off, telling them, I was thinking about doing one. I didn't know about content, wasn't sure what I was going to talk about. Um, just kept putting it off. And honestly, the reason I've been putting it off is that I I fell off the wagon. I was on a roll with my videos and goals and stuff, and then I got frustrated because I didn't get as far as I wanted to, as fast as I wanted to. I was getting frustrated and had myself a little pity party about accepting help from other people, and then they're not showing up or coming through, and that's okay because people have lives, but I just took it personally and said to hell with it. But I still want to get out of the house. That's still stuck in me. I just kind of got lazy, honestly, for the last 4 months. What has changed? Why am I doing this video now? I read 2 books that have kind of woken me up. One of them is called Chop Wood and Carry Water by Joshua Medcalf. And I'll put a link to these in the description below. Chop Wood and Carry Water is a short book. It's like this thick. It took me forever to read it because I just couldn't stay focused. But the more I read, the more pages I could get through. It just took me a while to get into that rhythm. The chapters are only about 3 pages long. The idea is that every day we have to do something that brings us to our goal, even if it's mundane, even if it's something so small that we can't even see where this little bit of action will end up. In the story, there's a guy who wants to be a archer and chop wood and carry water. And over years and years, he gets frustrated because he can't even hold up a bow and arrow, let alone shoot a bow and arrow. But he can chop wood and carry water like the best of them. But he learns that the village he lives in doesn't have running water, and they don't have natural gas or any other source of heat. There's no electricity. So if you are going to eat and if you're going to heat yourself and drink water, you have to get wood and water every day. And if you're going to be an archer or whatever you're going to be, you're going to need to eat and drink water every day. So I took that as I need to exit the house. I need to walk. I need to do something every single day. It may not be this momentous goal that I've reached today or tomorrow, but as long as I am chopping wood and carrying water in my own sense every single day, it will get me to greatness. So that's the first book I read that kind of got me excited. The second book that I read, it was referred to me by my business coach, Aaron Denton. He's a great guy out of Cleveland, Ohio. If anyone needs a home loan in Ohio, seek out Aaron Denton at Summit Funding. Anyway, the second book is called Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And this book will awaken the dead. This thing will get anybody pumped up. If it doesn't, you must have read it backwards or something. It's about a guy who came from a very abusive situation growing up. Um, wasn't in his own mind wasn't going to amount to anything because of where he came from. He blamed it all on where he came from. Um, he didn't know how to read until his senior year of high school, and he taught himself how to do it. Um, and after that, he joined the Navy and became a Navy SEAL and an Army Ranger, and then started to participate in extreme long distance marathons. 125 miles of running. Um, and the message from that book is that one of the things he talks about in the book is when you are extreme marathon running, there is a point where you will be running by yourself and you will not see another human being for 3 or 4 hours. Okay. It is at that time that you have to rely on your own brain to keep you going. It's you and your brain, and that's it. So he talks about building a callus on your mind. Just like when you work out, your hands start to hurt for the first time grabbing dumbbells or barbells and stuff. You develop calluses on your hands. Um, Same thing with the brain. Um, your brain wants to go negative immediately. You start to hurt, it tells you stop. You sense fear, it tells you to turn around. But if you keep pushing it, your brain will develop a callus or a new system, and you will push through. So what's great also about the book, it's a memoir, and all the stuff he wrote is true. But every a few chapters, there's a challenge that he gives, and there's a notebook that goes along with the book, um, where you write down the challenge and you accept it, and do it if you want. I was excited to hear that there was challenges in it, so I took it, and I'm on challenge number one, which is basically assessing where you are and what you want to do. Um, he talks about putting post-it notes around your mirror in the bathroom, so every day you see this, and the post-its are um, a few things about what you have accomplished, some good things, and then a few things that you want to accomplish. And that way they're there, always ready for you to see them. And um, right now, on my things to accomplish at the very top is to walk on my street from stop sign to stop sign. I started doing that 1 week ago, and as of Friday, today's Sunday, as of Friday, I'm almost there. I'm about 10 feet away. So hopefully I'll go walking this afternoon, if not in the morning. Usually what I do is I walk with the girls to school, and then I just keep on walking and see how far I get to that stop sign. Um, so that's the goal right now. The the book was so impactful to me that I've called numerous people saying, "Man, you got to get this book. You've got to get this book. This is a book that I'm going to start reading it again. I've never done that with a book besides like Jurassic Park, uh, but I finished it. I'm going to start it over again, just so I can get the nuances I missed. So look for that. It's a great story. Honestly, I think it's great for young men to read it, and young women, anyone really, but especially young men who may be coming from a tough family situation and are kind of lost. In those early 20s, the quarter life crisis they call it. Get this book. Um, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Um, so, what's next? Well, the other thing that David Goggins talks about is having what's called an accountability mirror. It's just you and your mirror, and you spill everything out. This is kind of like that. Um, But I did have a long conversation with the man in the mirror about a week ago, um, and it was eye opening, um, to say the least. So um, I know it sounds weird, it's just you, right, talking to you, but it's a good way to just get to the truth, let the truth out, and then build your goals from there. Let's see. Talked about chop wood, carry water. Talked about can't hurt me. Um, let's see. Health wise, things are getting better. Um, I don't know if anyone knows this. I have swelling in my feet and legs. It's called lymphatic edema. Um, it's frustrating because the doctors either don't know why or can't tell me why how I got it. I'm sure it's related to lack of exercise for the most part, but they said that it can just happen sometimes. Anyway, last week I got this machine that will help get rid of it. If I stick to the machine, doing this thing twice a day, I should have my legs back to normal in a couple of months. So I'm really excited about that. And since I got the machine and learned how to use it, I've been using it twice a day. I may bump it up to 3 times a day. I would just love to get this thing going and out. So uh, there's that in the health department. Wife and kids department's good. One of the milestones that I kind of failed to recognize was taking care of my own kids. Um, Up until like a year ago, I was afraid to be with them alone because I was afraid I'd have a panic attack while they were here with me. And what do you do? You know? And it took the callousing of my mind in short bursts, like getting used to Sarah going to the grocery store. So having Sarah get used to, or me getting used to Sarah going to lunch with some friends. And then it was, you know, Sarah going out of town for one night. And I'm proud to say that I don't get anxious at all when it's just the girls and I. And it's kind of funny, like halfway through the trip or the time, I I have to check myself. Wait a second, why don't I feel anxious? And I've calloused my brain on that. So it shows me that getting out of this house is possible as long as I continue to chop wood and carry water. Doing my part every day, and pushing the envelope every day, just like we did with getting used to caring for my own girls. And it's kind of embarrassing to say that I was nervous to care for my own kids, but when you have that fear of having a panic attack and losing control with 2 kids, especially my kids, you're just afraid, like, what's going to happen? What are we going to do? What are they going to think? You know. So anyway, now I kind of make it an adventure, or I find ways to make it lots of fun. Like we had um, dinner, and then we made dessert and had a movie night, and then went to bed, and just treated it like any other night except for dessert. But um, so proud to say that I can watch my girls, which is pretty big. Driving has not been consistent at all since the last 4 months. Um, but it is on the list. I think that's going to be on my post-it notes for next week. Is getting the car, inching forward. I want to get the walking going before I get the driving going. So um, look for an update on that. Um, and I want to do these videos again. I think weekly, every Sunday is probably the way to go. Um, so if you don't mind, please hold me accountable to that. Remind me, Dave, when's your next video coming out? Or are we going to see one on Sunday? Would be helpful. But that is, let's see, that's the list I had for today. I'd be interested to see if anyone wanted to do like a book club. I'd love to host, of course. If you guys want to read any of these two books I mentioned, or if you know of any other book out there that's along the same lines of tackling adversity, pushing through pain, that sort of stuff, I'd love to hear your suggestions. I would be down to get a group of people together, everybody read the book and discuss it either at the end or chapter by chapter or something. So if you're interested in doing that, or even just not even really a book club, if you want to pick up one of these books I mentioned or another one, we could both read it and just kind of discuss it as we go along. That'd be great too. So reach out to me, and I'll see you guys next week. So thanks for watching. This is Dave Dominguez again, and have a great day.